is Tyler Wright, and an opportunity not only in this heat but on this particular set. She's up here. There's a first quick bottom turn and then opens up really nice, tightens up the arc. That board swinging in the pocket, and again really nice, great release from a good spray. And again, it's technical surfing. The judges love that combo from the rail into the lip, drifting with the floater. Good stuff from Tyler.
Yeah, that was impressive, man. She's really opening up, as you see it right here, Kipes.
Yeah, she had to kind of come from behind the wedge, gets in front of it, and then that's the kind of surfing that we like from Tyler Wright. The arc and then the little extra push that she gives at the end of it is just so beautiful. Lip line glide to finish, just to add some variety, some control. Well done. Look at this from down the beach and the power, Jesse, that Tyler's able to throw through these turns.
Yeah, and just perfect timing right there, just always on the pocket. When you see that little lump getting all pockety and like almost a little bit of shadow, you can see that it got steeper and she was carving it, driving right through it, as you see it right here. First turn, very nice, open up, bringing it all the way around, and this is money right now. She just waits, stay calm, and just goes for that second one, bringing it all the way around her arms, and then pushes that extra 10% on the back foot. That was amazing. This is going to be a big score for her.
Yeah, this feels like much more the Tyler Wright you expect to see. She hasn't been able to show us loads so far this year.
Indeed, Joey, some strong surfing here from Tyler Wright. That 8.0, an excellent wave. Walk me through how you got that done.
You know, I was actually a little bit late for this heat. I was told I was heat 6 or 8, and I was heat 2. So I was at home when they started. So it went back to this real simple, real basic things, like just identify where your positioning is and then roll the dice.
Well, it was a good dice roll for you, and I know coming into this season, you had to do a lot of things in the off-season to be ready for it. Can you share with us physically what you had to go through to be ready to compete in 2024?
Yeah, so like over the last few years, it's been an interesting process. I've had a fair few doctors tell me that they don't know how I do what I do, and like I shouldn't be able to do what I do according to my brain scans and kind of like my anatomy, and that it's really unusual that I am a professional surfer and one of the best at that. So through a bunch of specialists, we ended up finding that most of the time I'm under-oxygenated, so I'm semi-suffocating all the time through my nose, and also just my kind of like airways is like really small. So through the off-season, I got a maxillary palatal expander in, which essentially is like I've got 7 screws in my head between 9 and 17 mil, and in the off-season I expanded it. So essentially like kind of popped the bone and got 7 mil through that. And honestly, it's been life-changing. I feel amazing. It's the sanest I've ever felt. It's been a little tricky navigating during the season, just like with the kind of pressure points it's put on other parts of my brain. So every time I hit my head, it's like I kind of got a concussion before the season started, and then every time I tap it wigs me out a little bit. So look, it's kind of one of those things where this was for my life. I had to do it. I was like, I will do it after the Olympics. And they're like, no, you need it, and you kind of need it now because you don't even remember that you need it. And which is part of the issues and some of the symptoms that I have is that I'm always kind of hyped up and couldn't really get into parasympathetic. And so really I'm healing my nervous system through getting better recovery and better sleep. And so I'm sleeping for the first time in 15 years, which is great. But it is a process, and one essentially like I've had to get help to understand like this season as well, because it's obviously a bit different going out and competing now. And for me, I'm like automatic when I'm competing. I'm like, why do I have like extra thoughts? And they're like, why am I not like kind of just so in survival mode? I'm out of it, which is very unusual because I'm very task orientated and just like, so it's essentially I made an inefficient system efficient, and now I've got an efficient system. I wake up every day and I feel great, but I got to train a new system, which is 13 years in, it's perplexing and it does my head in a little bit, but I'm working it through, and I got great support. I've got great doctors to like kind of explain all the things, and it's been really successful. It's changing my life, but it's also a process, and I'm kind of like step 1.5 in the multi-step process of it. So it's a long-winded answer.
No, that's great. It was so much that you had to go through this offseason. Thank you for sharing it. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.